Never Death Row Production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. Happy Sunday to all. It is July 12th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. Heading into the All-Star break, our record for the first half on our solo bets were 52-38. Yesterday could have been an amazing day. We go 2 for 3 on both of our 3-leg parlays. Needed the Mariners and the Braves to come through for us. They let us down, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. It's Sunday. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, the first game up, we got the Brewers in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. We got Gasser on the mount for the Brewers. We got Schemes on the mount for the Pirates. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the left-handed pitcher Robert Gasser on the mount for the Brewers. He comes into this game with an ERA sitting at 5.15, whip sitting at 1.47. But in his last 3 starts, he's looked decent. In his last 3 outings, he has an ERA sitting at 3.40, whip sitting at 1.27. In this game here today for Gasser, he's going to be seeing a Pirates lineup stacked with lefties. The left-handed pitcher Gasser has very good splits versus left-handed bats. Not to mention, this Pirates lineup continues to be a very mediocre lineup versus left-handed pitching, a very inconsistent team versus left-handed pitching. I can see Gasser, the one downfall for him, the one demise for him has been his hard hit rate. He is prone to giving up the home run. My overall expectation for Gasser here today, he goes 6 innings, gives up 2 runs before he turns it over to a highly taxed Brewers bullpen. Remember, these 2 teams played a doubleheader yesterday. This Brewers bullpen is incredibly taxed. I see the arms that's going to be available for the Brewers coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. On the other side, we got Paul Skeens on the mount. He has not really been that good this season, especially by his standards. In his last 3 starts, he has an ERA up above 6.50. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Brewers lineup stacked with left-handed bats. That has been one of Paul Skeens' biggest demise this season. All of his blow-up starts have been against teams that have been able to stack the lefties. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Brewers lineup that continues to hit right-handed pitching very well. But when I look at the pitch mix for Paul Skeens, a guy that's throwing that fastball still sitting at 98, 99 miles per hour, good splitter, good changeup, I can see him having a really good outing here today. My overall expectations, he goes 7 innings, gives up a run before he turns it over to a Pirates bullpen that continues to play terrible. Not to mention their tax coming into it. I see the arms available for the Pirates coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. Looking at the weather for this game, it's going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. We have about 5-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Pirates are the betting off favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Brian Reynolds of the Pirates for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Yankees in Washington taking on the Nationals. We got Will Warren on the mount for the Yankees. We got Kate Cavalli on the mount for the Nats. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Will Warren on the mount for the Yankees. This guy has been terrible of late. In his last 2 starts, he saw the Red Sox and the Rays, gave up 5 runs to the Red Sox, 6 runs to the Rays. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup, a top 5 offense in the majors for pretty much the whole season. Not to mention, Will Warren's been struggling with left-handed bats. All the best bats in this lineup are lefties. Will Warren's 2 primary pitches is the fastball and the sinker. This season, this Nationals lineup has been crushing the sinker. Will Warren has been struggling in his road starts. I'm expecting him to get lit up in this outing here today. My overall expectation for Will Warren, he goes about 5 innings, gives up 3 to 4 runs before he turns it over to a Yankees bullpen that's incredibly taxed. I see the arms available for the Yankees coming out the pen, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Kate Cavalli on the mount for the Nationals. This guy's been in really good form this season, has an ERA sitting at 3.88, whip sitting at 1.20. like I said, really good strikeout numbers. The one concern for him has been that walk rate. Not to mention, he also struggles with left-handed bats. He'll be seeing a Yankees lineup. The top of this order is stacked with lefties. I can see Cade Cavalli, another guy that's prone to giving up the long ball, going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs here today before he turns it over to this terrible Nationals bullpen. We've seen them blow both of the games in the series, both of the last 2 games in the series leading up to today. The arms that's going to be available for the Nationals does have the potential to once again come in this game and fully blow it, but I do see them being able to come in, hold off this inconsistent Yankees offense. I see them giving up a run or 2, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a very offensive friendly game. We're going to have it's going to be close to 85 degrees, small gust of wind blowing from the outfield in, nothing to really affect anything. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Washington Nationals on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking CJ Abrams of the Nationals to hit a home run today. Next up, we have the Royals in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. We got Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. We got Shane Baz on the mound for the Orioles. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Seth Lugo on the mound for the Royals. This guy has not been good for Kansas City this season. He comes into this game with an ERA sitting at 4.56, whip sitting at 1.45. But in his last 3 starts, he has an ERA sitting at 10, whip sitting at 2. Hard hit rate sitting at 48%. Now on the season, his hard hit rate is sitting at 43%. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing an Orioles lineup stacked with left-handed bats. Seth Lugo struggles with lefties. Not to mention, like I said, that hard hit rate being really high. This Orioles lineup is slugging .422 versus right-handed pitching. I'm expecting Seth Lugo to struggle, even if he tries to pitch around the lefties. You got Pete Alonso, Taylor Ward from the right side, crushing right-handed pitching right now as well. I'm expecting Seth Lugo to really struggle in this game. Go about 5 innings, give up 3 runs before he turns it over to this terrible Royals bullpen. Not to mention their attacks coming into it. I see the arms coming out this Royals pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Shane Baz on the mound. He's been inconsistent this season. He'll have a really good start, then he'll have a blow-up start. Comes into this game with an ERA sitting at 4.21, whip sitting at 1.37. Good fastball, good strikeout to walk ratio. Another guy whose hard hit rate has been his demise. Another guy that's prone to giving up the long ball. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Royals lineup that is also very inconsistent offensively. And the last 10 games played versus right-handed pitching, this team is batting .225, slugging .390. So like I said, it really comes down to the pitch mix for this Royals lineup. They hit the fastball when it's sitting around that 95, 96, and that's where Shane Baz is throwing that fastball right now. I'm expecting this Royals lineup to get to him. Nothing too crazy. My overall expectation, I have Baz, like I said, guy doesn't walk too many guys. I'm expecting him to go about 6 innings, give up a run or 2 before he turns it over to this Orioles bullpen that's been playing decent of late. They've got some decent arms also available in the bullpen available here today. So I could see the arms coming out the pen for the Orioles coming in this game, giving up a run, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal has this game projected as the 3rd best offensive game on the schedule. We do have a small gust of wind, about 8 to 10 mile per hour, blowing from the outfield into the diamond. It's going to be hot though. It's going to be close to 90 degrees. Let's get to the picks. The Orioles are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the under 9.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Gunnar Henderson of the Orioles for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Phillies in Detroit taking on the Tigers. We got Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies. We got Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies. This guy's been amazing for the Phillies this year. He should have been an all-star. The fact that they selected Luzardo before they selected him is crazy to me. But Zach Wheeler does come into this game here today with an ERA sitting at 2.28, whip sitting at 0.91. Really good strikeout to walk ratio. Here today, doing the overall breakdown for Zach Wheeler. he's going to be seeing a Tigers lineup. The whole top half of the lineup is stacked with left-handed bats. I wouldn't say Zach Wheeler struggling with lefties necessarily, but does have much better splits versus righties than lefties, and the fact that they're stacking some really good left-handed bats at the top of the lineup, I can see that giving Wheeler a bit of a problem. Not to mention, when I do the pitch mix breakdown for Zach Wheeler against this Tigers lineup, Wheeler's a fastball pitcher, primarily throws the four-seamer and the splitter. This Tigers lineup hits those two pitches very well, especially the velocity Zach Wheeler's sitting at right now. I'm expecting Wheeler to not get lit up in this game. I'm not expecting that. I see him having a quality start, going 6 to 7 innings, giving up 2 runs before he turns it over to this Phillies bullpen that continues to play poorly here. I see the arms available for the Phillies coming in this game, giving up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Skubal on the mound. Since he returned from surgery, he's just been getting better in all of his starts. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Phillies lineup. For one, they've been terrible offensively in their road games overall this season. In this road trip they've been on here of late in Kansas City, now Detroit, the bats have been terrible, especially versus left-handed pitching. Overall, they haven't been hitting lefties as well this season. But seeing Skubal here today, like I said, a guy that's been getting into very good form, really good strikeout to walk ratio, really low hard hit rate. Seeing a Phillies lineup stacked with lefties, he has very good splits versus lefties. I'm expecting Skubal to come out here today and have one of his best starts of the season. Go 7, if not 8 innings before giving up a run before he gives it up to this Tigers bullpen that continues to play good. The arm stats I like the arm stats available in this Tigers bullpen here today. I see them coming in, shutting the door on these Phillies bats. Looking at the weather, it is going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. We have a small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Tigers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Kerry Carpenter of the Tigers to hit a home run. Next up, we got the Cubs in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. We got Matthew Boyd on the mound for the Cubs. We got Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the left-handed pitcher Matthew Boyd on the mound for the Cubs. This guy's been dealing with injury all year up to this point. Comes into this game with an ERA sitting at 4.30. But in his last 3 starts, we're starting to see him get into form. He has an ERA in his last 3 outings sitting at 3.55, whip sitting at 1.28. In this game here today for Matthew Boyd, the first thing I gotta pay attention to is his pitch mix. The velocity on all his pitches is down. The hard hit rate this season for Matthew Boyd is sitting at 44%. In this game here today, Matthew Boyd is a guy that struggles with right-handed bats. He's going to be seeing a Reds lineup with 6 projected righties in the lineup. Not to mention this Cincinnati Reds team is a top 10 team on the season versus right-handed pitching versus left-handed pitching. Granted, in the last 2 weeks we've seen some regression. They just got Ellie back. The slugging numbers versus lefties still is very high. I'm expecting Matthew Boyd to struggle here today. Like I said, this Reds team hits for power versus lefties. Matthew Boyd hard hit rate is very high. I'm expecting him to give up a home run or 2 here today. My overall expectation for Boyd, he goes 5 innings, gives up 3 to 4 runs before he turns it over to this Cubs bullpen that continues to play terrible here. I see the arms available for the Cubs coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Andrew Abbott on the mound. This guy continues to be a bit streaky for the first half of this season. He's had a stretch of games where he looked really good, got back to form, but then he had a game or 2 where he had a blow-up start. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Cubs lineup that also continues to be a very mediocre, very inconsistent lineup versus left-handed pitching. It really comes down to the overall matchup for the Cubs. Here today, seeing Andrew Abbott, a fastball pitcher, a guy that relies on that fastball primarily, throwing the fastball over 50% of the time. It is sitting close to 100 miles per hour. Doing the overall breakdown for it, the Cubs have been struggling this season to hit those higher velocity fastball pitchers. Like I said, overall they're a mediocre lineup versus lefties. I can see Abbott coming out here today having a quality start, going 6 to 7 innings where he gives up a run or 2 before he turns it over to this terrible Cincinnati Reds bullpen. I see the arms available for the Reds coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal has this game projected as the best offensive game on the schedule, plus 25 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I like the over 9.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Sal Stewart of the Reds to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Red Sox in New York taking on the Mets. We got two left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Peyton Toley on the mound for the Red Sox. We got Zach Thornton on the mound for the Mets. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the left-handed pitcher Peyton Toley on the mound for the Red Sox. This guy has been very good for Boston this year. He comes into this game with an ERA sitting at 3.15, whip sitting at 107. Has really good strikeout numbers. The walk rate though is a concern, averaging 3.8 walks per 9 innings coming into this one. In this game, doing the overall breakdown for Toley, he's going to be seeing a Mets lineup. They were crushing lefties around mid-June towards the end of June. But here, I want to say in the last 2 weeks, the numbers have really cooled off versus lefties. But when I look at Peyton Toley's pitch mix, he's throwing the fastball over 50% of the time. The fastball is sitting at 99, 100 miles per hour. But every once in a while mixing in that sinker. This Mets lineup does match up well against his pitch mix. I can actually see this Mets team getting to him here today. This is a lineup that is still capable of hitting left-handed pitching. Like I said, they match up well against Peyton Toley's pitch mix. I can see Toley going about 5 innings, giving up 2 runs here today before he turns it over to the Red Sox bullpen. That's in a good spot to come in. Still give up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Zach Thornton on the mound. We're expecting him to go one time through the lineup, possibly pitch 4 innings before they turn it over to Kodai Senga. Doing the overall breakdown for this Red Sox lineup, ever since Contreras has been out the lineup, especially versus left-handed pitching, the numbers really drop versus lefties. I'm not expecting Thornton to come out here and deal or nothing like that. He's really not that good. Hard hit rate sitting at 48% coming into it. Does have very good splits versus, he's a left-handed pitcher, has very good splits versus left-handed bats. All the best bats for the Red Sox here today will be lefties. I can see the Red Sox getting a run off of him possibly. Does walk a bunch of batters. After that, Kodai Senga will come in from the 5th inning, probably pitch into the 7th. I can see him giving up another run, another guy that struggles with his command. But the Mets do have a lot of good arms available towards the back end of this game here today. I give the Mets the advantage after the 7th inning. Looking at the weather in this game, it's going to be the second most pitcher-friendly game on the schedule. Small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Mets here on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Juan Soto of the Mets for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Mariners in Tampa Bay taking on the Rays. We got Hancock on the mound for the Mariners. We got Seymour on the mound for the Rays. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Emerson Hancock on the mound for the Mariners. He's actually been Seattle's best pitcher up to this point. I've been trying to figure out who's been Seattle's best pitcher for the first half. It's been Emerson Hancock. He comes into this game with a 3.23 ERA, whip sitting at 1.01. The big thing with Hancock, he's had a few blow-up starts where he gave up 5 runs or more, but other than that, he's been really solid this season, has really good strikeout numbers, has a really low walk rate, hard hit rate on the season sitting at 34%. The big knock on him is his secondary pitch, which is the sinker. The sinker's hard hit rate individually sitting at 45%. It's been getting tagged, especially by left-handed bats. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Tampa Bay Rays lineup, still a top 5 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching. They're stacked with lefties, 6 projected lefties in the lineup here today. Not to mention, in the last 10 games played versus righties, they're batting .282, slugging .430, and when you look at the names they've seen some really impressive pitchers, I should say. Here today for Hancock, I'm expecting him to struggle a bit. This Rays lineup has been going off offensively. They hit up Gilbert yesterday. I see them getting to Hancock here today once again. My overall expectation for Hancock, he goes 6 to 7 innings, gives up 3 runs before he turns it over to this Mariners bullpen that continues to play good. They got some decent arms available. I can see the arms coming out the pen, shutting down these Rays bats here today. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Seymour. This guy has been surprisingly good for Tampa Bay this season. The big thing I like is the whip. It's sitting at 108. The hard hit rate sitting at 33%. Really good ground ball rate as well. In this game for Seymour here today, he's going to be seeing a Mariners lineup. Bottom 10 team in the majors versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention this Mariners lineup still down Julio Rodriguez, the best righty. The whole Mariners lineup is stacked with left-handed bats. Seymour has very good splits versus lefties. I'm expecting him to come out here today and deal. Go about 6, if not 7 innings, giving up a run before he turns it over to this very mediocre Tampa Bay Rays bullpen. I can see the arms coming out this Rays bullpen, giving up another run or so, but nothing crazy. This game is down in Tampa Bay in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Rays are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Jonathan Aranda of the Rays for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Athletics in Chicago taking on the White Sox. We got JT Ginn on the mound for the Athletics. We got Noah Schultz on the mound for the White Sox. Alright, getting into this game here, we got JT Ginn on the mound for the Athletics. He's been the Athletics' best starting pitcher up to this point this season. Comes into this game with a 3.10 ERA, whip sitting at 1.22. The big knock on JT Ginn: he struggles with lefty bats and his walk rate. He's averaging 4.2 walks per 9 innings coming into this game here today. Doing the matchup breakdown for Ginn, he's going to be seeing a White Sox lineup at home. We talk about it all the time. They're one of the better home offenses in the majors. Not to mention this team crushes right-handed pitching. They're stacked with lefties here today. You got Murakami back in the lineup. I'm projecting Ginn to get lit up in this start. My overall expectation for him, a guy whose hard hit rate sitting at 44%. This White Sox lineup is slugging 437 versus right-handed pitching. I'm projecting Ginn to give up a home run or 2. My overall breakdown has him going 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs here today before he turns it over to this terrible Athletics bullpen. They had one of their better outings yesterday. I'm not expecting the same outcome here today. I see the arms coming out this Athletics pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we have the left-handed pitcher Noah Schultz on the mound. He's been very inconsistent for Chicago this season. He'll have a good game or 2, a good stretch. Then he'll have a blow-up start. Here today, he's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup still down Nick Kurtz, their best bat in the lineup. But they've been a decent lineup overall when you look at the numbers in the last 2 weeks versus left-handed pitching. In the last 10 games played, this Athletics team is batting .230, slugging .389 versus lefties. Granted, a chunk of those games you still had Kurtz in the lineup, but doing the overall breakdown for Schultz, a guy that throws a very good fastball, very good slider. I can see him coming out here today having a decent start, going about 5 to 6 innings where he gives up 2 runs. Turns it over to a White Sox bullpen. They got some really good arms available to come in this game here today. Still give up another run, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, it is going to be a bit more on the neutral side, close to 80 degrees. Wind blowing from side to side. Let's get to the picks. The White Sox are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Murakami of the White Sox to hit a home run. Next game up, we got the Braves in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got J.R. Ritchie on the mound for the Braves. We got Dustin May on the mound for the Cards. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the rookie pitcher J.R. Ritchie on the mound for the Braves. When Atlanta first called him up earlier this season, he was in the rotation. He had 2 good starts in a row, but then we started to see him struggle with his command. He became overly reliant on throwing that fastball. Then he started to give up a bunch of home runs. The Braves then moved him into the bullpen. Here today, back as a starter, he's going to be seeing a Cardinals lineup. They were crushing the ball the whole month of June, but in the last 2 weeks, we've seen the bats for the Cardinals really cool off. This Cardinals lineup is stacked with lefties. That is something J.R. Ritchie struggles with a bit. Not to mention, they slug very well against right-handed pitching. Like I said about J.R. Ritchie, a guy that was giving up a bunch of home runs, I can see him giving up a home run here today. I'm not expecting him to go too deep in this game. I really see this being a bullpen day for Atlanta. My overall expectation for Ritchie, he pitches 3 to 4 innings where he gives up a run before he turns it over to this Braves bullpen that's rested coming into it. Not to mention, they're still one of the best bullpens in the majors. I can see the arms coming out the pen for Atlanta today, giving up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Dustin May on the mount for the Cardinals. This guy's actually been good for St. Louis this season. He did see this Braves lineup 2 weeks ago, gave up 5 runs in that game, but last week he saw the Brewers had a really good bounce back start where he pitched 5 shutout innings. Here today, he's going to be seeing this Braves lineup once again. Lineup stacked with lefties. Dustin May does struggle a bit with lefties, but this Braves team continues to be one of the worst offenses in the majors in the last 30 plus games. I can see this being a very low scoring game here today. My overall expectation for Dustin May, he goes 6, if not 7 innings, where he gives up 2 to 3 runs before he turns it over to this terrible Cardinals bullpen. Their tax coming into this game, I see the arms available for St. Louis coming in this game, giving up a run or 2, but nothing too crazy as well. Ballpark Pal has this game projected as the lowest offensive game on the schedule. We have winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Cardinals are the betting odd favorites coming into this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Braves on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Matt Olson of the Braves for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Rockies in San Francisco taking on the Giants. We got Lorenzen on the mount for the Rockies. We got McDonald on the mount for the Giants. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Michael Lorenzen on the mount for the Rockies. He's been one of the worst starting pitchers all year this season. Comes into this game with an ERA sitting at 6.50, whip sitting close to 2, hard hit rate sitting at 44% on the year. But when Michael Lorenzen is on the road, the numbers definitely improve. Last week in Dodger Stadium, he pitched 5 shutout innings against the Dodgers. Here today in San Francisco, a very pitcher-friendly environment. I could see him having a decent outing. This Giants team has been very inconsistent in the last 2 weeks versus right-handed pitching. They're only batting .232, slugging .378. So I can see Michael Lorenzen, a sinker ball pitcher, coming out here today, having a decent outing where he goes about 4 innings, gives up 2 runs. Turns it over to a Rockies bullpen. Still the worst bullpen in the majors, but they got some decent available arms here today to come out this pen and give up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Trevor McDonald on the mount for the Giants. This guy has not been good. He has an ERA sitting close to 6, hard hit rate sitting at 52%. Today, McDonald's going to be seeing a Rockies lineup. Top 10 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. They got Moniak back. They got some extra power back versus righties. I could see McDonald, the guy, like I said, over-reliant on the fastball, coming out here today, struggling. Going about 4 to 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs. Turning it over to a Giants bullpen. Continues to play terrible here. I see the arms that's available for the Giants coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a bit on the hitter-friendly side. We're going to have close to 12 to 13 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Giants are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the over 8.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Hunter Goodman of the Rockies to hit a home run. Next game up, we got the Diamondbacks in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. We got Brett on the mount for the D-backs. We got Sheehan on the mount for the Dodgers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the left-handed pitcher Brett on the mount. He's a rookie. This will be his second start up in the majors. I really don't like this spot for him here today, seeing a Dodgers lineup that's going to try to avoid getting swept. They've been getting outplayed by the Diamondbacks the first 2 games of the series. Yamamoto got lit up yesterday. Looking at the overall breakdown for Brett, this isn't a high velocity pitcher. This is a guy that's thrown about 95, 96. This was a guy in the minors that struggled with his command at times. A guy that gave up a few home runs as well down in the minors. I'm expecting him to get lit up here today. You got some good right-handed bats in this lineup in Andy Pajas. You got Mookie Betts. You got some lefties that could still hit left-handed pitching very well. You got Shohei still at the top of the lineup. I'm projecting this young pitcher to get lit up here today. Go about 4 innings, give up 4 to 5 runs before he turns it over to this Diamondbacks bullpen. They've been playing very good of late. I can see the arms coming out the pen, giving up a run or 2, but nothing too crazy here today. On the other side, we got Emmett Sheehan on the mount for the Dodgers. This guy's been highly inconsistent for Los Angeles this season. At times, he's just been flat out bad. Comes into this game with an ERA still sitting close to 5. WHIP still sitting close to 165. In this game here today for Sheehan, fortunately for him, he's going to be seeing a Diamondbacks lineup. Granted, we saw them light up Yamamoto yesterday, but in the last 2 weeks, they've been very inconsistent versus right-handed pitching. Looking at the pitch mix for Sheehan, I actually can see guys like Corbin Carroll and Marte who match up well against them. I can see one of them taking him yard here today. Sheehan does have a hard hit rate on the year, sitting at 43%. My overall expectation for Sheehan, he goes a bit deeper in this game. I'm expecting him to go 7 innings, give up 2 to 3 runs before he turns it over to this Dodgers bullpen that's highly taxed coming into it. They've been playing terrible of late, especially this series. I can see the arms coming out the pen for the Dodgers coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. Looking at the weather, very hitter friendly. We're going to have about 8 to 10 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the over 9.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Andy Pajas of the Dodgers to hit a home run today. Final game of the day, we got the Blue Jays in San Diego taking on the Padres. We got Gausman on the mound for the Jays. We got Marquez on the mound for the Padres. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays. This guy started off the season looking amazing. Then towards the beginning of June, we started to see some regression from him. The big knock on him has been that hard hit rate. Towards the beginning of June, the hard hit rate was sitting at 38%. Coming into this game here today, the hard hit rate sitting at 46%. The strikeout numbers are really impressive. The walk rate is really low, has a really good whip. It's sitting at 122. Like I said, that has been the one knock on him, has been the hard hit rate, giving up a bunch of sharply hit balls, leading to a lot more home runs. Fortunately for Gausman here today, he's going to be seeing a Padres lineup. They continue to be a bottom 10 team in the majors versus right-handed pitching. I'm expecting Gausman, who's at his best when he's able to work the K's, to have a good outing here today. In the last 2 weeks, this Padres lineup has been a top 15 team in the majors when it comes to striking out. I can see Gausman having a quality start here today, going about 6-7 innings where he gives up a run, turns it over to a very mediocre Blue Jays bullpen. I can see the arms available for the Jays coming in this game, giving up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Marquez on the mound. He's been working out of the bullpen most of the season for San Diego. He's looked good in that role. Here today, back as a starter, he's going to be seeing a Blue Jays lineup that has really woken up offensively in this road trip, especially versus right-handed pitching. They had really been struggling versus righties. They've been sparking up some righties of late. I'm expecting Marquez to go about 4 or 5 innings here today. Looking at the overall breakdown for him, guys like Okamoto and Springer match up very well against him, as well as Clement. I can see him struggling in this outing. He is a guy that also struggles with his walk rate. That was one of the reasons they didn't really want him to be as a starter to start off the season. I'm expecting Marquez to struggle here today. Go about 4 or 5 innings, give up 3 to 4 runs, turn it over to a Padres bullpen. We talk about it all the time. They've been absolutely terrible in the last 30 games. I see the arms coming out the pen for the Padres coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. Close to 80 degrees, 5 to 6 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Blue Jays are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Springer of the Jays for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Yesterday, the White Sox came through for us to pay out $20.10. So today we'll be wagering that $20.10 right back on the Chicago White Sox on the money line. We're getting them at -112. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're going to play here today. We're going to start it off with Sal Stewart of the Reds. We're then going to wrap up the parlay with Hunter Goodman of the Colorado Rockies, a 2-leg $10 home run parlay. Next up, we're playing a 3-leg parlay here today, all money line picks. We're going to start it off with the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. We're then going to play the Detroit Tigers on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. This time we're going to start it off with the Washington Nationals on the money line. We're then going to play the Chicago White Sox on the money line. And we wrap up the parlay with the Rockies Giants. Game total to go over 8.5 total runs. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Sunday. I hope everybody enjoys their day here today. Let's close out the first half of the season on a bang. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.